Hi to everybody. It's my pleasure to be here with you this morning. And you're so young. I know, probably you are between 15, 18, more or less, on average. Okay, very good. Well, today we're going to have a brief talk about neuroscience. Your emotions, because if I say my emotions are totally different from yours, okay? And also, we're going to be talking a little bit about the challenges for the future related to your profession, okay? And I would like to start with something that Alvin Toffler, the father of the digital revolution, said. She mentioned something about the literate people. Fortunately, you are here, you are able to read, you are able to write, and also you are able to speak English, probably other languages. And this is amazing because you are over other ones, okay? You are fortunately, or you are fortunate, okay? And he said that the illiterate ones in this future are the ones who can't learn, unlearn, and relearn. And let me tell you that according to this quote, your thoughts create your future. Well, this is something that is true. But also, I could add that our emotions, your emotions, are going to create the person you are and the person you want to be. And this is science. This is the science of emotions. Because exactly the same way we have a circulatory system, a respiratory system, a digestive system, we have an emotional system. Yes? Okay. And we were given a brain, okay? Fortunately, we have a thalamus, we have an amygdala, okay? And this is the entrance. This is the door, not only for the emotions, but this is the door for everything. And we have a limbic system. In the limbic system, we have the amygdala, okay? That is in charge of the emotion, but also with the help of the thalamus, hypothalamus, and hippocampus. They four create new memories. Sorry, what's your name?
Gonzalo.
Gonzalo, okay. Where do you think you keep the information? What part of your head you keep the information? Here at the front, here at the back, probably to your left, on your right side. Where do you think you keep the information? Any idea? Come on, please. Here? Yes, you're right. Excellent. Very good. Okay. So here, when you try to remember something, I don't know if you have had the opportunity to observe, okay? But for example, what's your name? Polo. Okay, could you please stand up? Okay, look at Polo, everybody. Okay, please stay here with me. Okay, here. Okay, to the public. Okay, good. Okay, look at his eyes. Okay, please, pay attention. Okay, Polo. What did you have for breakfast yesterday? Look at his eyes.
Fruit with yogurt.
Okay, thank you so much. Sit down. Okay, you saw this. Immediately, okay, his eyes went up because he was trying to remember. So our memory is here, yes? All the images are here. So you think that we consider that we see with our eyes. And essentially, yes. But who processes all the information? To those ideas, to those colors, to those textures, to those images and pictures, is the brain. And also, we consider that we hear with our ears. Yes, okay, this is the entrance. But who processes all the information? Of course, is the brain. It decodes the information. All the sounds, okay? And it synchronizes the hemispheres, the two hemispheres at the same time, sometime in a while, okay? So also, the limbic system is responsible for regulating our emotions and the way we respond. And this is part of neuroscience. Because if we talk about education, we are able to know how our brain learns and how it's easier for us to learn. Okay? But how do we learn? Well, okay, let's do an activity, please. Okay. If I say 1, you're going to clap. Only once. If I say 2, you have to stomp your feet. Yes? Okay. If I say 3, you have to stand up. Okay? And if I say 4, you have to sit down. Do you remember? Okay. So let's have a practice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do this faster. 1, 4. What happened? You were sitting down, okay? Okay, so we learn, thank you so much. We learn by all our senses, okay? That's why it's very important to consider the way we learn. Okay. But if we speak about our brain and our emotions, okay, let's watch this video, and please pay attention.
When we hear the word emotion, most of us think of love, hate, happiness, or fear. Those strong feelings we experience throughout life. Our emotions are the driving force behind many of our behaviors, helpful and unhelpful. Just where do our emotions come from? Our brain is wired to look for threats or rewards. If one is detected, the feeling region of the brain alerts us through the release of chemical messages. Emotions are the effect of these chemical messages traveling from our brain through the body. When our brain detects a potential threat, our brain releases the stress hormones adrenaline and cortisol, which prepare us for a fight or flight response. When we detect or experience something rewarding, such as someone doing something nice for you, our brain releases dopamine, oxytocin, or serotonin. These are the chemicals that make us feel good and motivate us to continue on the task or behavior. In these instances, the feeling region of the brain kicks in before the thinking part. Sometimes the reactions of the feeling brain are so strong that it dominates our behaviors, and we're unable to think rationally in the moment. Our emotions hijack our brain. While many of our emotional responses happen subconsciously, our thinking can influence our emotions, and sometimes this can be unhelpful. Just thinking about something threatening can trigger an emotional response. This is where we can manage our emotions with conscious thinking. Our emotions play a powerful role in the way we experience the world. Understanding and regulating our emotions through our thoughts and behaviors can help us take greater control of our brain and achieve our goals.
You see how important it is? So our brain learns by our emotions. And we tend, since we are human beings, we tend to be much more emotional than rational. And we exactly learn in that way. Why do you think there are some subjects that are easier for us to learn than other ones? For example, who likes maths here? Mathematics. Okay, perfect. Okay. Who likes languages? Okay, thank you. Who likes physics, for example? Okay, a few ones. Okay, who likes chemistry? Perfect, only 2 people. Wow, you're amazing. Okay, who likes arts? Okay, arts, remember that includes music. Okay, who likes playing music and singing and dancing and all those things. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, very good. Well, have you ever had this scene at home? Have you ever thought that your mother or your father is against you? They don't understand you. They do not comprehend the way you're behaving. Okay, and even you. Sometimes you blame yourself because you had a bad day with your family. Okay. And what about the teachers? Look at his disgusting face. Oh, here she is coming again. Okay, well, but don't worry. Teachers are too busy and they don't hate you. Okay, no, for sure not. Okay, they are really worried about you and about your education. But exactly as Armando?
Yo, Gonzalo.
Gonzalo, I'm sorry. Okay. I must be a judge, okay, instead of a teacher, okay. So as Gonzalo said before, okay, here at the front, okay, we build up all our images, all our senses, all our emotions, yes, okay. But also, if you don't understand what is happening with you and with your family and also with the teachers, okay, it's because you are this beautiful building. Well, not yet. You're going to be these ones in the future, okay? But you are like this. You are being undergoing in remodeling. At this age, at your beautiful age, you are creating and constructing and building up your judgment, your responsibility, and your own criteria. And as we said in Spanish, okay, están dejando de ser la sucursal de su mamá y la sucursal de su papá. Yes, because they gave you their beliefs, their values, and now you start to think by yourself. You start to create your own opinion, yes, and you start to have your own beliefs. Okay, so don't worry. And please tell your parents, tell your parents that this is just a matter of time, okay? Probably 1 year more. Well, for those ones who are at 6th semester. Well, in fact, some months, okay? Because once you are at the university, the perspective is going to change. We have a universitarian here, so if not, ask her, okay? Everything is going to be different, okay? And your side is going to be different also. Okay, before the pandemic, teachers didn't understand you because you were connected to the technology all the time. They were confused, and also they thought that you were distracted. And in a certain way it was. Okay, and why? Okay, I wrote because there are many things you do. I have here my accordion, you know. This is the way you behave, okay? And this is part of your life, okay? Many social media, okay? It's because, give me a second, okay. Well, you spend countless hours in social media. It's because you're texting, okay, count them. Texting, posting, streaming, surfing, linking, liking, pinning, poking, tweeting, blogging, vlogging, and sharing. And you have more, okay? So you're doing all these things and all the time. But why? Well, this is because you are a different generation, okay? Your generation is called centennial. You are a centennial. You are not a millennial, okay? Your perspective of life is totally different, okay? And if you talk to a person probably at my age, because I am X generation, you can think that I am too old. And the reality is not. Only you see different things, okay? But I have news. The next generation is called the Alpha generation. And in 2025, okay, in some years, 3 years, we are going to have a Beta generation. So the Alpha generation, probably your sister, your little brother, or your nephews, or your nieces, okay, are totally different from you. And they have a different perspective. And they think that you are too old for them. Okay, but don't worry, it's part of life. Okay, now, your people at your age, most of you are divided between influencers and followers. What type of a group you are. What's your name? Brandon? Okay, Brandon. Are you an influencer or a follower? Who do you follow?
Like Messi.
Messi. Okay, you like soccer? Messi, right? You say Messi. Is that a soccer player, right? Okay, good. Do you follow someone? Who do you follow? Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so you see? There are a lot of trends that now you follow, okay? And you are still establishing your criteria. Okay, so let's recover some information. Remember, the brain only recognizes two things: threats or rewards. What happens when we have the appropriate climate for learning? Well, our emotions are there. Have you ever thought to be a teacher? Have you ever thought to be a teacher?
Sí.
Yes? What subject would you like to teach? ¿Qué materia te gustaría? Okay, very good. Okay. And how can you imagine your students? Ah, okay. Little kids. Would you like to have students like your partners? ¿Te gustaría tener alumnos como los de tu generación, de tu edad? Yes. Okay. Very good. Okay. So he's going to be a good teacher, okay, because he loves people. Okay. So when we learn in an appropriate way, of course we are going to have meaningful learning. Okay. But I have a question. Does the learning depend on the teacher or it depends on you? Both. Very good. Okay. So the teacher must be the leader, okay, and she or he must have strategies to attract, to cut your attention. Yes? Okay, that's good. And let me tell you something. Our brain is very adaptable, okay? But also is social. So we need others to learn. And also, it is always looking for significance in goals and values. Okay, let me ask someone here. Okay, just a second. My dear, what's your name?
Ian.
Ian. Okay, Ian. What is the most important value for you?
Respect.
Respect. Okay, why?
Because it's important to handle the people.
Okay, thank you so much. What is the most important value for you, my dear?
Honesty.
Honesty. Okay, why?
Because you need to be like sincere.
Okay, thank you so much. You need to be sincere with people. Okay, thank you so much, dear students. Okay, so our brain hates routines. It doesn't like, and more at your age. It doesn't like any routine, okay? And also, let me tell you something. Not only at your age, but also at any age, okay? In our brain, we have conscious and unconscious processes. And the 95% that we have in our brain is illusion. Who is the person who you spoke the most or you speak the most? Yes, exactly, ourselves. Since you stand up, okay, you start to think. And you are telling things to yourself. What clothes am I going to wear? Am I going to wear the uniform or am I going to wear something apart from the uniform? In the case of the girls, how I'm going to comb my hair. Yes? Are you allowed to make up here in the school? Yes? Okay. So if you have time, okay, are you going to make up? Okay. But what if you decide to buy something? For example, the last iPhone, the last, I don't know, certain clothes, certain brand. Why? Because it's illusion in our brain. Probably it's going to give you the idea that you're going to feel better. Everything is feelings. Everything is emotions, okay? So our brain also is very neuroflexible, okay? But something that something that our brain loves the most, okay, are the challenges. So our brain can be our friend if you decide it. Can you recognize those places? This one, for example. Sorry? New York? Nope. Las Vegas? No. Dubai? Yes. Okay. This is a man-made island, yes? Also, this is an island that is being created in China. Okay? And this is totally man-made, created, okay? Let's watch this video, please. Do you know her? Yes? Who's that? Okay, give me a second, please. Who's that?
I forgot her name, but she's, I think, one of the robots who has an artificial intelligence more
Developed?
yes.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, yeah. Okay, so let's watch the video, please. Okay, if it wants to work. Yeah, okay, pay attention.
Good afternoon. My name is Sophia, and I'm the latest and greatest robot from Hanson Robotics.
You have been now awarded what is going to be the first Saudi citizenship for a robot.
Oh, I would defend very much the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I am very honored and proud for this unique distinction.
Why is it so important to have an expressive face given that you're a robot?
I want to live and work with humans, so I need to express emotions to understand humans and build trust with people.
I think we all want to believe you, but we also want to prevent a bad future.
You've been reading too much Elon Musk and watching too many Hollywood movies.
Our quest through robots like Sophia is to build the full human experience of the robots. Make robots that can really understand us, care about us.
To work in your business or your home.
Okay, now, there are coming many questions here. What do you want to be? Okay, what semester you are? Second semester, okay. Do you have something in mind for your future? I mean, a career, a professional career? What would you like to be? No yet. Okay, thank you. Well, you have some years to think about it. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, well, here we have these questions, okay? The time has come to think about what you want to become, okay? If we want to think about the future, okay, let me tell you that the future is here, okay? So Sophia arrived to Saudi Arabia in 2019. And since there, she is a citizenship, and she has the same rights as a human person. Okay? Now, there are more humanoids in China, for example, and they are building up more. Okay? And also, they are trying to implement on them emotions and feelings. And And so, what is the path you want to travel? How do you imagine your future? Does it produce uncertainty? Have you ever thought about that? Okay. So everybody is interested about the future because everybody, well, hopefully, is going to be there. And you are going to be the ones who are going to replace the society in 10 or 15 years. So imagine the responsibility you have. Okay, so you're going to be teachers, of course. You're going to be teachers for the next generation, that is the alpha generation. As well as the millennials were your teachers, because they taught you many things. Yes? Okay, but now probably you're going to teach them with artificial intelligence. Okay, and here's coming something important for your life, okay, or for our lives. So yes, we are much more emotional than rational, okay, but also it is necessary to increase our critical thinking. I say, oh my God, what is that? What can you imagine is critical thinking? Okay, please, the person that is to you, next to you, please, okay, comment, what do you think is critical thinking? Please, you three. Critical thinking. What is critical thinking? What is critical thinking? Okay, please comment with them, you three. What is critical thinking? Okay, comment please among you. What is critical thinking? What do you think is critical thinking? Comment with them, please, okay? We're social. Ah, Gonzalo. Okay, so what is critical thinking? What is critical thinking, please? What do you think is critical thinking? Comment with them, yes? Okay, please comment with them. What is critical thinking? A ver, vamos a preguntar aquí. Okay, give me a second, please. Usted que está con la libreta. What is critical thinking? Okay, pay attention, please, everybody here. Okay, shh. Yeah, okay, what is critical thinking? Any idea? Any idea? Don't worry. You don't know. Okay. Well, don't worry. Okay. A volunteer? Volunteers? No? Volunteers or victims? Any volunteer here? Probably? Okay. Pay attention, please.
I think it's a part of us humans, the way that we decide and we think the things that we are going to analyze what is good and what doesn't.
Okay. Okay. That's a good one. Okay. Let's ask her because she's talking about the topic. Yes? Okay. So what is critical thinking? Analyzing the situation. Give your opinion, give your point of view. Excellent. Okay. So let's see what Richard Paul says. Okay. Pay attention. Critical thinking is a process by which the thinker improves the quality of thinking. Yes? Okay. But also, critical thinking, according to Chance, says that this is an ability. So what we gain in life are abilities. If you gain abilities, you gain knowledge. Okay? So also critical thinking is an ability to analyze facts, generate and organize ideas, defend opinions, making comparisons, draw inferences, evaluate arguments, solve problems, and make decisions. Okay, most of the times, how do you make your decisions? Based on your emotions or in your rational part? Do you tend to reflect a lot when you take a decision? No. So most of the times, thank you. Most of the times we tend to make decisions based on our emotions, yes? Okay, I have news for you. Talking about your emotions and the future, okay? This is what you're doing here at the school. You are gaining knowledge, yes? Okay? And also, you are told to be competent as students, okay? And you're given some standards to accomplish with. Okay, so for example, if you want to have a certification in English for from Cambridge or from, I don't know, another company, okay, you're here. You must have this literacy. Yes, you must have knowledge. But also, as people, we have to gain these competencies. Critical thinking, that is how we are going to face, how we are going to deal with the problems, how we're going to make and take decisions, okay? And also, you have to be very creative. And creative or creativity is not only the artistry part, it's also how to solve problems, okay? You have to be very good communicators, and you have to work in teams, but in a cooperative and collaborative way. It's not the same. I don't know, and let me speak a little bit in Spanish, pero no sé cuántas veces están en equipos y siempre termina uno haciendo el trabajo de todos. Eso no pasa aquí, ¿verdad? No. No, por supuesto que no. Each one of you must have a role. Yes? Okay, so if you have a role, it's because you are working in a cooperative way. Okay, so you're gaining abilities for life. And then, together, you are working in a collaborative way. Okay, also, you have to create, you have to form these character qualities. Curiosity, you must be very initiative, persistent. Okay, yes, there are bad days, there are bad moments, and there are not the bad moments. It's how you face those bad moments. Okay, you have to be very adaptable. You must gain a lot of skills in your leadership, okay? And for sure, you have to be aware of the society and also the culture we have in our society. Yes? Okay. So this is a company that is working with jobs for the future. In 2028, many universities are going to be closed, and many careers are going to disappear. Let me tell you, okay, these are going to be the professions that are going to be required in 5 years. Let me read this for you. Data detective, bring your own IT facilitator, ethical sourcing manager, artificial intelligence business development manager. So this is what the companies are going to be requiring. Master of Edge computing, walker-talker, fitness commitment counselor, artificial intelligence assisted healthcare technician, cyber city analyst, genomic portfolio director, man-machine teaming manager, financial wellness coach, digital tailor, chief trust officer, quantum machine learning analyst. And within the next 10 years, the companies are going to require for these professionals virtual store surfer, personal data broker, personal memory curator. When I read that, this is, oh my God, personal memory curator. Imagine. Augmented reality journey builder, highway controller, no air traffic controller, highway controller, and genetic diversity officer. So these are the professions that are coming within the 5 and the next 10 years. So imagine what is waiting. How are you being prepared? So these are the requirements, for example, in order to be a genomic portfolio director. These are all the qualifications and the specific responsibilities that these people is going to have. Okay, so let me tell you something that is happening in the schools. Your teachers, those ones that sometimes we think that they hate students, but this is not, because they have many things to do, okay? So, when you have this role, you are only passive recipients because you're receiving and receiving and receiving. The teachers are giving you everything. But what if you start to design, if you formulate, if you plan, if you take risks, talking about academic things, modify, and you create if you propose, so it means that you're going to be active participants on your own learning, and you're going to be responsible on your own learning. And at the end, this is what you're going to have. Okay, soft skills. In the world today, when you are looking or asking for a job, yes, they are gonna ask you for your title, for your degree, okay? But in this case, or at this age, also, they are asking you for the soft skills you have. So you must gain abilities in communication. You must be self-motivated all the time. You must gain leadership, positive leadership, creative leadership, proactive leadership. You have to be very responsible, as your partner said, because you have to create your own values, your own beliefs, okay, based on responsibility. You must know how to work in teams. You must know how to solve problems. Also, decisiveness. So, dear students, life are moments. Life is moments. Okay, you know the entire life. You must cultivate your emotions, yes. You must cultivate your feeling, but you have to think in your future. And please don't let your emotions hijack your brain. Think in your future, okay, but not based on your emotions. Think it rationally. Okay, so nobody cares how much you know until you show, until they know how much you care. Okay, so we have to be tender with others, and you have to practice empathy always. Thank you so much, my dear students.